Hi, I'm Harley. Tonight on Harley's Sleepy Time Cinema Selection, I have no box because I don't actually own this movie, but it is now available on the streaming site that will not be named until they pay me. But tonight's movie is E.T., the Extraterrestrial. It came out in 1982. It was one of Steven Spielberg's most successful movies. I think it was his most successful movie until Jurassic Park. And it's a really good movie. I hadn't watched it in a long time, and I watched it recently with my kids because they had never seen it before, and they really loved it. It was a lot of fun for me because it was something from my childhood, a movie that I loved, and to see how excited they got with it was really, really fun. So it does star Dee Wallace as the mom. Henry Thomas is Elliot, who finds the little E.T., or the E.T. finds him, as the case may be. Robert McNaughton, I don't know if I'm saying that right, plays Elliot's big brother Michael. And then, of course, Drew Barrymore plays the little sister Gertie. The three kids work together to try to hide E.T. from the adults in their lives because they're afraid that he will be taken and experimented on and dissected and all of the things that ultimately the adults want to do. So they work very hard throughout the movie to make sure to try to teach him about Earth and how to talk and how to communicate, and they want to help him find his way home. Throughout this, there is an actor named Peter. It looks like Coyote, but I don't think that could really be a last name, could it? He plays a character, Keys. He doesn't really have a name per se, but all you really see, and the only way he is identified throughout the movie, is by a set of keys that hangs on his belt loop throughout the movie and jingles the whole time. And the interesting thing about this movie is that for like the first hour and a half, everything is shot from the perspective of a child. So you don't really see adults' faces. You don't really see them from more than like chest level down, because it's shot from like E.T. and the kids' perspective and what they would see at their height. The last 30 minutes or so, you finally see the adults' faces that have been chasing E.T. around. The only exception to that is the children's mom. You do see her throughout the movie because when they're speaking to her, or when she's speaking to them and they look at her, like they obviously are looking up at her face. So a couple of interesting things about this that I loved when I was reading about the movie, because I knew some things. I mean, I knew Steven Spielberg had done it. I knew it was a huge movie for him. But he wrote most of the script while he was filming Raiders of the Lost Ark. In between takes, when he had downtime, he would dictate it to, I can't remember her name. It's Harrison Ford's ex-wife that helped out on Raiders. Also, Harrison Ford had a cameo in this movie, but it was subsequently cut due to time. So it was, it could have been a thing that he snuck into and was part of. But unfortunately, the movie is really long, and they just didn't have time to include his scene in it. It was one of the longest running movies in the theater. It was in the theaters for over a year, which is really unheard of, especially nowadays. Like, movies are in theaters for like 2 weeks, sometimes not even that. But this was so popular, it did so well. It was actually in theaters for over a year. I lost my train of thought. Man, I'm tired. Can you tell? It's been a long couple of weeks. But it's really good. It had a lot of special effects for the time. There was a lot of green screen that hadn't been done before, but some really great effects for the spaceship, for the alien himself. And it's kind of ambiguous as far as whether E.T. is like male or female. I actually read an interview that Steven Spielberg did that said he's more of like a plant-like creature, like, I don't know, like along the lines of Groot, I guess, where he's now not really male or female, which I find very interesting. The voice for E.T. was actually done by an older lady. I didn't write down her name, and I should have, but she was like in her 90s and had smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day for like years and years and years. So she had that natural, gravelly, raspy quality that they loved for E.T.'s voice. And so they didn't really do any sound effects for that. That really is someone's voice. So smoking is bad. That's the takeaway from this. Smoking is bad. You don't want to do it because ultimately you'll sound like E.T. unless that's what you're going for. I don't know. So you should definitely go check out this movie. It is very, very good. It's safe to watch with the kids. And if you're not a kid, it's really entertaining for adults too. So I loved it. I still love it. It still makes me cry. I couldn't even help it. My son was like totally confused. He's like, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, "Because it's sad." But you know, for him it was just all exciting. So he was on the edge of his seat the whole time. Anyways, I hope you like it, and I will talk to you all real soon. Make sure to subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, and I will definitely comment back, and I will talk to you all real, real soon. Bye, guys.